Welcome back. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida is paying a visit to the Gulf this week. Kishida is set to agree on a rare earths resources cooperation deal with Saudi Arabia, in addition to launching a regular diplomatic dialogue. The kingdom's energy ministry said it remains committed to securing oil supplies for Japan. Remember, Saudi Arabia fulfills 40% of Japan's total energy needs. Kishida met with Saudi leaders in the Red Sea city of Jeddah on Sunday and is scheduled to head here to the UAE and to Qatar through this week. Both countries are major energy producers, which will be crucial in helping resource-poor Japan achieve energy security and carbon neutrality by 2050. Live now to Kana Sato. She is senior researcher at the JIME Center, the Institute of Energy Economics in Japan. And Sato-san, thanks so much for joining us today. Let's unpack Kishida's visit here because, as you heard there, the MENA region is really vital to Japan's energy security, and it's also a growing trade and investment market. What do you believe the Prime Minister is looking to achieve here?
Yes, thank you for having me, first of all. And the current visit, the latest visit with Prime Minister Kishida, so Japan has a long, good relation between Middle Eastern countries, which is based on oil and gas trade, or we are the great large importer of oil and gas from those countries. But since we only have like the single layer, basically, the Prime Minister would like to, extend our relation to the multilateral or multi-layer relationship. So as you mentioned, not only oil and gas, Japan is also bringing the business community, which consists more than dozens of companies, that has the technology of the hydrogen, ammonia, and also the startups as well, so that we can, create the new phase of our relationship.
Absolutely, and Japan and the region have a really long-standing relationship when it comes to energy and the exchange of autos, for example, but Kishida also appears to want to push the conversation beyond that. With regards to the geopolitics of this, do you think Japan has a bigger role to play in the region as a foreign policy actor in a part of the world where we see the United States being a little more hands-off and China being a little more hands-on?
Exactly. So, there's a lot of voices within Japan that if Japan Japan had been able to play a role which China did, that, mediated the Saudi and Iran, because, Japan long has a good relation between both two countries. But unfortunately, the world is more, putting the emphasis on the economic side as well, and Chinese power is increasing. And back in probably 20 years, Japan is one of the largest trade partners with the Middle Eastern countries, but now it's China. So there is a voice that we would like to more, expand our presences in the Middle East, but to do that, we need to create the multi-layer relations, because currently our size, the market size, is kind of shrinking. On the other side, Chinese is expanding. So to kind of counter that, we just cannot rely on to the oil and gas or energy related relations. So that's how the METI of Japan, the Ministry of Economy and Industry of Trade, has launched a startup collaboration with the UAE, which is called JUCAT. So that's the kind of like a new, phase of relation or cooperation between those countries, that we bring the technology and would ask or would have the Emirati investment for those startups' growth. So those kind of activities are kind of, starting these days, and I hope this visit will enhance that as well.